Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers inactives for Week 15 vs. Eagles. The Steelers' inactive list today doesn't come as a surprise, with 3 players who were already ruled out on Friday on the list due to injuries. Receiver George Pickens, safety Deshaun Elliott and defensive lineman Larry Ogunjobi are all inactive today. Pickens is missing his second consecutive game with a hamstring injury, while Elliott is also dealing with a hamstring injury and Ogunjobi a groin injury. With Pickens out, it's up to the other receivers to step to the plate this week. "We just have to continue to do what we have been doing," said Calvin Austin III. "Play football. Play for each other. All the values that Coach T instilled in us, and just stay true to the values and the standards that we hold for ourselves." The Steelers were without Pickens last week when they defeated the Cleveland Browns at Acrisure Stadium and have confidence in the unit as a whole. "It's going to be the coaches putting us in the best position, and us taking advantage of the position that we are put in," said Austin. "Everybody in the receiver room has a different skill set, different strengths, and the coaching staff knows that and knows how to put us in position to show that. Coach Mike Tomlin preaches the strength of the pack is the pack. But at the same time, you have to do your part as part of the pack. Coach T says you can't hide in groups, so it is going to take the pack," said Austin. "But we've been like this since training camp, sticking together. But it's going to take individuals making sure they're honed in on their assignment. And at the end of the day, just make plays because that's the name of the game, players making plays." Elliott's absence leaves a hole in the defense, especially his presence in the run defense. "It's next man up," said safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. "We predicate ourselves as a defense that prides ourselves on smashing the run, so when one of our top run defenders is out, we've got to do that." Without Elliott, the Steelers still have plenty of depth in Cameron Sutton and Damon Taikazi, who are both proven veterans. "All the guys we have in our secondary, we've played a lot of ball together," said Fitzpatrick. "When a guy does go down, it's comforting to know we played a lot of ball with the next man up. There's not a lot of communication or lack of trust there." With Ogunjobi out, the Steelers activated fellow defensive lineman Montravius Adams from the reserve/injured, designated for return, list. Adams was placed on the reserve/injured list on October 22 with a knee injury. He appeared in 7 games before his injury, recording 8 tackles, 5 of them solo stops, and 1 sack. For his career, Adams has played in 92 games with 24 starts. He has 117 career tackles, 57 of them solo stops, and 2.5 sacks. Adams was originally drafted by the Green Bay Packers in the 3rd round of the 2017 NFL Draft. He spent 4 seasons with the Packers before signing with the New England Patriots in 2021. He also spent part of the 2021 season with the New Orleans Saints, before the Steelers claimed him off their practice squad. In addition, cornerback Corey Trice Jr. is inactive and Kyle Allen is the 3rd quarterback. What did the Fox cameras just catch Mike Tomlin saying? The Pittsburgh Steelers and Philadelphia Eagles got off to a chippy start on Sunday evening when Steelers tight end Darnell Washington continued his block on Eagles cornerback Darius Slay all the way through the back of the end zone. That block sparked a brawl that saw laundry flying out of the pockets of several officials. Ryan Ruocco describes feeling of calling Domingo German's perfect game as Yankees broadcaster. "It was seemingly your standard fair skirmish, with players on both sides getting their licks in." As such, after running through several replays, Fox's lead NFL play-by-play announcer Kevin Burkhardt chimed in with the opinion of the network's rules analyst Dean Blandino. "And so they're going to sort this all out, but Dean Blandino tells us it will be offsetting penalties," Burkhardt said. As it turns out, Blandino didn't have quite the beat on the referee's flags as he thought he did. Once the action had died down on the field, and the refs had a moment to discuss, they called 2 personal foul penalties, both of which were assessed to the Steelers. Travis Kelce offers incredible scouting report on the Steelers' way tight end. The Pittsburgh Steelers will look to earn their third straight win when they travel to face the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. The Steelers have emerged as one of the top contenders out of the AFC, and a big reason for that has been their recent offensive performances with the emergence of Russell Wilson. One of the players who has especially benefited from their offensive success is tight end Pat Freiermuth. This season, Freiermuth is second on the team with 44 catches for 470 yards and 5 touchdowns. His play has earned him respect from arguably the greatest tight end of all time, Travis Kelce, who gave him a shout-out on the latest episode of his New Heights podcast. "Pat is actually one of my favorite tight ends to watch, man," Kelce said with a bundle of incredible praise. "He's savvy in his route running. He is very quarterback-friendly, which he knows angles coming out to where he knows he can get a guaranteed catch. And quarterbacks love it when you come out of breaks at certain angles, depending on where the defender closest to you is. He's just a tough football player, man. I think he embodies the Steeler kind of way to play." Although Freiermuth has been a key piece of the Steelers' offense, this isn't the first year that he's played like one of the team's most consistent weapons. In 2022, he finished with a career-high 63 catches for 732 yards. His play in recent years also earned him a 4-year, $48.4 million extension at the start of the season. The Pittsburgh Steelers were able to find a way to win without receiver George Pickens in Week 14, beating the Cleveland Browns by 2 scores and operating mostly without a hitch. And now they'll have to do it again. Week 15 promises to be much harder. The Philadelphia Eagles will play host on Sunday, riding a 9-game win streak, meaning surviving another week without Pickens will have to come against a team that's elite on both sides of the ball. As Pickens will be missing his second consecutive contest, the injury decision ruling him out is official. Pittsburgh will once again look to its depth for reinforcements out wide. In Week 14, it came in the form of Scotty Miller being activated in Pickens' place. On Sunday, it could very well come from veteran receiver Mike Williams. Williams has found 5 targets in as many games for 4 catches, 68 yards, and a score. His role has been underwhelming since getting traded from the New York Jets, but he's managed to make an impact, scoring a crucial touchdown against the Washington Commanders. The time is here for him to make another splash. "Whenever you get an opportunity to go out there and make plays, impact the team, it's always a good thing," Williams said, via Aaron Becker. "So I'm looking forward to it." Against Cleveland, Williams was targeted 4 times for 3 receptions and 36 yards. That uptick in attention isn't a surprise. Pickens and Williams have incredibly overlapping skill sets. Both are at their best playing above the rim, winning at the catch point to haul in downfield passes. On Sunday, the Steelers will need to generate explosive plays. He might not be quite as dynamic or dangerous after the catch, but Williams is going to see downfield targets, the way Pickens would be seeing if available. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Travis Kelce? Leave your opinion in the comments.